One of the things I learned from Tupac was whenever he was like, I don't know how he just always knew the right words to say on the right chords.
You know, there was a rumor that a payment went, you know, from Puffy's camp, and it was supposed to go to Keefe D and the Southside guys.
The bounty was $1 million. According to Kading's work, Keefe D's nephew, Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, shot Tupac in Las Vegas.
Until his tragic passing in 1996, Tupac Shakur consistently asserted that Sean Combs, also known as Diddy, had ties to the 1994 ambush of his crew outside a New York City studio. According to investigative journalist Chuck Phillips, Combs likely possessed more knowledge about the incident than he publicly disclosed. Notably, Eminem, often regarded as one of the greatest rappers in the world, shares suspicions regarding Combs' involvement in Tupac's unsolved crime, a matter that has resurfaced due to Eminem's recent diss track aimed at Machine Gun Kelly. With this revived interest in the 90s crime, rap enthusiasts have found additional cause to entertain the notion that Diddy may have played a role in Tupac's demise. Consequently, Eminem's remarks have placed Diddy in a position where he must provide a more detailed explanation. What exactly did Eminem say that has left Diddy facing such scrutiny? Let's find out in today's video. But of course, before we go any further, make sure first that you subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell for more updates and videos like this. Now let's dive in. As many are aware, when Eminem dropped his track Kill Shot, it raised eyebrows with its mention of Diddy, leaving people puzzled about the reason behind this lyrical choice. However, recent events have shed light on Eminem's motive. In Kill Shot, released around 3 years ago, the Detroit-born wordsmith ignited controversy by accusing Diddy of being involved in the tragic demise of hip-hop legend Tupac Shakur. Tupac, who was only 25 at the time, fell victim to a fatal shooting, sustaining 4 gunshot wounds as he left a scuffle on the Las Vegas Strip in 1996. His perpetrator remains unidentified, and numerous conspiracy theories have circulated, speculating that he might have faked his own demise.
Orlando Baby Lane Anderson shot Tupac in Las Vegas on September 7, 1996. The rapper died September 13th.
Fast forward to September 2018, when Eminem released Kill Shot, a track that fans knew was directed at rapper Machine Gun Kelly amid their ongoing feud. The diss track included the striking lyrics, "The day you put out a hit is the day Diddy admits he put the hit out that got Pac lifeless." The song concluded with Eminem cheekily stating, "And I'm just playing Diddy, you know I love you." Nonetheless, these comments drew criticism from fellow musicians, targeting the then 45-year-old rapper whose real name is Marshall Mathers.
That I worked at didn't understand Tupac, I didn't understand the music, so we're looking at us like, what's wrong? What's the big deal? Get over it. And it's like, nah, this is a really...
Rapper turned business mogul Diddy, whose real name is Sean John Combs, took his time before responding to Eminem's remarks. Notably, Diddy had been the manager of the notorious B.I.G. when he fell victim to a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles, California, just a year after Tupac's similar fate. Both deaths remain unsolved mysteries, further intensifying the controversy surrounding these events.
Now, it was this documentary that claimed, which we know wasn't true.
Yeah, check this out. We don't talk about things that are nonsense.
Diddy responded to long-term rumors that Biggie was involved in Tupac's shooting. During an interview back in 2017, he said, "There were so many rumors and things for years. I was more concerned with the well-being of my artists, myself, and my family." These comments emerged amidst a backdrop of unusual claims made by a British individual who asserted that Tupac is still alive, and that he played a role in a security team responsible for covertly extracting Tupac from Las Vegas. According to this narrative, during the supposed surgical procedure, Tupac's body remained in an ambulance while the doctors, Tupac himself, and Gloria Cox were inside the room. Interestingly, it's alleged that both women had reached an agreement with the doctor not to witness the events taking place. He could actually just turn his head, wash his hands, or whatever. They quickly switched the bodies, one over the ambulance, the lifeless body. Tupac, who'd recovered enough to get about fine by himself. Then he transferred to the ambulance, and the next step was to transfer him to an airstrip. "We had a private plane waiting to get Tupac on board. Michael Nice, told TMZ. In 2006, the case of Biggie Smalls, also known as the notorious B.I.G, was reopened due to a lawsuit filed by his mother, Voletta Wallace, who sought an estimated $500 million in damages. She based her legal action on the prevailing conspiracy theory that suggested the Los Angeles Police Department, LAPD, had covered up her son's assassination. This reopened case was assigned to LAPD Detective Greg Kading, who in the course of his investigation unearthed startling new information that implicated Sean Diddy Combs in the demise of Tupac Shakur.
We don't even entertain nonsense, my brother. So we're not even going to go there, with all due respect, but I appreciate you as a journalist asking. Thank you.
Detective Kading's work revealed a crucial connection between the passing of Tupac Shakur and Biggie Smalls. While probing the circumstances surrounding Biggie's end, Kading stumbled upon evidence that linked the two cases. After 3 years of intense investigation, Detective Kading reached a startling conclusion. He believed that Diddy had ordered a $1 million hit on both Tupac and Suge Knight, which stemmed from the highly publicized feud involving himself and Biggie. Kading's investigations unveils a complex web of connections involving the music mogul and his alleged gang ties in Los Angeles. He asserts that Diddy enlisted services of a Crips gang member named Dwayne Keefe Davis to carry out the hit.
Kading's findings led him to conclude that Diddy hired Crips gang member Dwayne Keefe D. Davis to kill Shakur and Suge Knight. The bounty was $1 million. According to Kading's work, Keefe D's nephew, Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, shot Tupac in Las Vegas.
Furthermore, Kading claims that Tupac met his demise at the hands of another Crips gang member, Orlando Baby Lane Anderson. According to Kading's findings, the original plan was for Keefe D to execute the hit, but it was hastily altered when they unexpectedly found themselves on the wrong side of Tupac's vehicle. Consequently, Keefe D's nephew stepped in and carried out the assassination of Tupac, resulting in injuries to Suge Knight as well. Remarkably, Kading's investigation also reveals that Baby Lane had engaged in a physical altercation with Tupac at a Las Vegas casino just hours before the fatal shooting. Additionally, Biggie Smalls allegedly conveyed information that suggested Faith Evans was aware of Diddy's alleged plot to assassinate Tupac following the West Coast rapper's shooting. Keefe alleges that he reached out to Diddy and Evans to inform them of their involvement in Tupac's demise. Surprisingly, Detective Kading contends that Biggie Smalls had no role in the assassination of Tupac, despite their widely documented rap feud. According to Kading, Biggie was unaware of Diddy's alleged plans to harm both Tupac Shakur and his manager, Suge Knight. The tension persisted, and Death Row Records CEO Suge Knight purportedly sought revenge by hiring a Bloods gang member to eliminate the notorious B.I.G. The hitman fatally shot Biggie as he was returning home from a Vibe magazine party. Intriguingly, the documentary also asserts that Suge Knight identified Tupac's attacker and had a shared educational background with the hired hitman known as Poochie. According to Kading, Poochie attended the same event as Biggie and fired shots at his vehicle as they were leaving. Biggie succumbed to his injuries en route to the hospital. Kading maintains that the investigation was ultimately abandoned, despite its depth, as the LAPD managed to prevail in the $500 million lawsuit brought by Biggie's mother, Voletta Wallace, in 2009.
Same people that Puffy, Biggie, and Bad Boy was using as protection when they came to LA, it's the same people that just happened to get into a fight with Tupac in Vegas.
Following his involvement in the investigative task force, Kading was removed from the team due to an unrelated internal affairs investigation. Although he was ultimately cleared of any charges, there are still some who perceive the retired detective as a rogue cop. It's worth noting that both Orlando Baby Lane Anderson and Wardell Poochie Foos have reportedly passed away from seemingly unrelated causes. Consequently, even if the claims presented in the documentary were accurate, the individuals who were allegedly directly responsible for the assassinations of Tupac and Biggie are no longer alive to face legal consequences. However, rumors and speculations persist, with some believing that Diddy may have been involved in their demise as well. Fans of hip-hop and those interested in the ongoing feud between Eminem and Diddy have been eagerly awaiting Diddy's response to Eminem's accusation that the media mogul had a hand in Tupac's passing. According to Joe Budden, Diddy did provide a response. On a 2020 episode of his podcast, Budin revealed Diddy's message stating that it's handled with nothing to speculate about, nothing to talk about. Puff said it's in his hands, and he said, I can say it. After this brief conversation, Budin quickly shifted the topic away from Tupac's untimely demise. Diddy has remained quiet on the subject until today. Back in 2020, when he was asked by the Breakfast Club host Charlemagne to address the reports that he put a hit on Tupac, he replied, "We don't talk about things that are nonsense." I don't have personal opinions or beliefs. Whether or not Diddy had anything to do with Tupac's demise is a matter of ongoing speculation and debate. It's important to rely on credible sources and evidence when forming opinions or making accusations about such serious matters. Investigations into these events have produced various theories and claims, but definite proof remains elusive. People have different perspectives on the issue, and it's essential to consider all available information and context before drawing conclusions. Let us know in the comments below. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more videos like this.